Welcome to the next generation of outdoor television. This has never been done before. What makes us different? Well, we have no sponsors. No one tells us what to say, what to do, or what to use in the field. No one owns this crew. So get ready. This is real hunting. We are the Gorilla Squad.
I just shot a monster. Oh my God.
This week we got a couple awesome hunts for you. We got Mr. Roger Rivers. He's back and he's hunting whitetail. But before we get to Roger, we got Candace Crick. She's back at it again. She's in Wyoming and she's hunting speed goats. Man, I gotta tell you, there was no shortage of antelopes. The second they sat down, they were covered up in antelope. Now keep in mind, this is the last day of the hunt. Candace has no intentions whatsoever of going home without tasting antelope for the first time. So as they're sitting there, Tim's struggling to kind of get the camera into position so that he can film in these weird, when you film in a ground blind, it's tough because there's so much wall. Tim's struggling to get the camera kind of out of the ground blind to get antelope in frame. Well, as he's sitting there doing that, a buck, I assume that's what an antelope is called when it's male and it's got horns. But a buck comes walking in from behind them, and in Candace's world, it's on.
This portion of the Gorilla Squad is brought to you by no one. We don't accept any money from manufacturers so that you, the viewer, get an honest opinion from our crew about the quality of products we use.
So far, I think I just shot my first antelope. It may not be the biggest one, but I shot it with my bow. And I'm hopefully not going home empty-handed. I think he's laying down right here in the field. I was afraid the big buck wouldn't come in, so I just went ahead and took a chance this last day. It's better than a doe, and it's definitely antelope for the freezer. All right, well, it was our last night here in Wyoming. I decided I'd give the mule deer a rest, and I was gonna try and see if I could fill my antelope tag, and I guess that's what happened. So we had a monster buck on the field, and it just didn't look like it was gonna come in, and I had an opportunity at him. He definitely knew I was there, and I wasn't gonna miss the opportunity, because I say if there's an opportunity, you go ahead and take the shot. I'm gonna be grateful for what I got, and I'm definitely gonna put it in the freezer. I've never eaten antelope before, so I'm pretty stoked. We're hunting with AA Outfitters here in Wyoming. It's probably been one of the best, most adventurous hunts I've ever been on. The spot and stalk is amazing. They really go out of their way to make sure you have opportunities. And with a bow, that says a lot. So definitely look them up.
Awesome job, Candace, getting that antelope. Super tough, doing it with a bow. I'm super proud of you. Everybody at home is super proud of you. Now, you've never seen me ever. In 20 years I've been on TV, you've never seen me harvest an antelope. You wanna know why? Because I tasted one first. It's not for me. And if I don't eat it, I ain't killing it, and I ain't eating no antelope. So I hope yours tasted better than mine, because mine ate like sage yucca bushes, and it was not good. Now, next up, we got my boy Roger, and I am telling you, TiVo this show. You do not want to miss any episode Roger's on. The guy is an absolute character. I love editing his footage. He's just fun to watch. He's very intriguing. This week, Roger is going to be spotting, stalking some river bottom bucks.
Crossing right over the Sabine River. Once we cross this Sabine River, we're going to go up here and take a hard right, and we're going to go right up the edge of the river. We're going to follow this river on up, probably about 10, 15 miles, somewhere in there, and this property is right on the river. A couple of 1,000 acres of private property that I have access to. That big sign there, baby, where we headed. But anyways, it's a lot of big bucks, a lot of good deer on this property. I've been up here before, looked around, so I have a good idea of the layout of the property, and then plus I have a map of it, and then if I use my phone, I got maps on my phone. I use a little of that modern technology, man, mixed with that old school tracking, man, and it's an unbeatable combination. So we're gonna go up here, we're gonna spend the day up here hunting. I guarantee you, before the day's done, we'll get us a bullwinkle on the ground. I guarantee. Might even be one with moss on his back. He might even have a few whiskers on it. So we're gonna see what we can come up with today. We went up there, and as soon as we got out this morning, we went down to where we was gonna start hunting at, which was a road that leads all the way down to the Sabine River. Well, no sooner than we got in the woods, a short piece, we discovered a big old scrape, and it had fresh tracks in it. And on the other side, it had another one, limbs tore up, and obviously it was two different bucks, because you can see where they just tore it to pieces in that road fighting. Fresh sign right here, got a scrape, got a rub. Looked like he'd been here in the last couple of days, pretty active, so ought to not be too far from here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna check this right here, look for some tracks, find that big buck track, get on that track, stay on it, until we catch up with him. So let's see what happens with that. That's some fresh sign right there. And over here. And that's a big boy right there. That's the one we're looking for. So, like I said, what we want to do is find his track, get on his track, stay on that track, and just keep easing behind that track, tracking and following until we get up on him, and see how close we can get. See if we can get close enough for a shot today. Once they done that, you could see where one took the beating and kind of stumbled off to the side, and the other one, he walked around for a minute, and he kept looking and walking around. In other words, what he's doing is smelling for that doe that they was fighting for. Well, once he kind of got lined out and went on a straight and narrow path in which way he was going, that's the one I followed. us a good buck down here. This is the one we've been looking for. This is the one we got on the trail of this morning. So we're just catching up with him. He's crossing this road right here. Once he goes across this road and gets in this pocket of woods, we're gonna get in behind him and see if we can't go and get a shot. Up in this block of woods. We're gonna stay in behind him just like we've been all morning. Just gonna stay in, see if we can slip up on him and get a shot. Or let's just stay with the same game plan. Let's stay on his trail, tracking him. Keep slipping up, creeping up in behind him. When I got him behind that track, we just kept going and cutting him off at different rows, cutting him off. And I'm telling you, that deer though, we seen him 2 or 3 times this morning. I spotted him one time, but I didn't get a good shot at him through the brush, man. As soon as I seen him, it would have been a pretty good shot if he would have given me a second to move a little bit to my left. But as soon as I locked eyes on him, he locked eyes on me.
These companies don't sponsor the Gorilla Squad, but they do support the hunting industry as a whole.
As soon as I seen him, it would have been a pretty good shot if he would have given me a second to move a little bit to my left. But as soon as I locked eyes on him, he locked eyes on me and he tore. I'm gonna tell you what, man, that is one of the most amazing feelings that I could describe to anybody that you could ever feel in the hunting world, in the hunting woods. When you lock eyes with a wild animal, it's like you connect with it. But anyway, I locked eyes with him for a split second, man, and he tore. But he didn't even give me a chance for a shot or anything like that. He tore. So, but I knew where he was going. Once again, I went down through that strip. It's a strip of timber that goes down through there, and it's kind of open with an old field in it. And I was hoping I'd catch him in that old field. But anyway, when I got back around to that old field, I didn't see nothing. I stayed there about 20 minutes. Walked to the other side of the field, stayed there another 20 minutes. On the back of that field is an old logging road. I walked down that old logging road. But anyway, cutting across that field, going to that logging road, I mean, I don't know if it was him. I really don't think it was, to be honest with you. I'm not for sure, but I don't think it was. But a good buck jumped up right in front of me, man. I mean, that sucker tore off. After we seen him, we go on off through the field, get to the other side, and this old logging road back there. And we come out. Well, that old logging road, when you come to the end of it, it goes out to one of these roads that they built going in there with these wells. Well, whenever we went through the old logging road, we walked down through it. We come down to the end of it, hit that old road that they made going into that well, and I'll be dang, sure enough, I looked down there, and about 350 yards, that dude standing looking like that. I'm telling you, a freaking giant, man, a moose, a freaking bullwinkle with whiskers on him. that son of a gun, when he seen us and we seen him, he turned, he started straight away from us. I mean, so we watched him. He run about another 100 yards and shot left into the woods. So what I done, I waited about 20, 30 minutes, and I started easing on up that way. We got on up that way, walked through that little strip of woods, didn't see nothing. Come about 100 yards through that strip of woods, coming out to a little opening where you can kind of see a little bit better. It's thick, but you can kind of see, gets a little more open. Sure enough, spotted him through there. Right, I don't know, probably about 100 yards through that timber. But once we zoomed in, I had a window to shoot about this size in the kill zone. It's got to be in the kill. I got a kill zone that I shoot in. If I can't hit that kill zone, I'm not shooting.
This portion of the Guerrilla Squad is brought to you by no one. We don't accept any money from manufacturers so that you, the viewer, get an honest opinion from our crew about the quality of products we use.
Once we zoomed in, I had a window to shoot about this size in the kill zone. It really wasn't much of a track job at all. I mean, he probably run 25 feet and piled up. And I'm telling you, dude, that is a freaking stud, man.
All right, man. Cool. He's done. Check this dude out, cuz. Is a stud buck, buddy. Real nice deer, cuz. Man, that is a beautiful deer. Let's see what he got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 scoreable points. We're hunting down in the Sabine River bottom is where we're hunting at. And we own a 2,000 acre block of property. It joins the Sabine River. Anybody knows this area knows how thick and rough this terrain is to navigate and motivate in. And if you're gonna get on one of these big boys, you really gotta stay in on them. Follow them tracks, man, track them, catch up with them. This deer like this, man, they make a pretty good loop. This deer right here, his home range is probably a 10-mile radius. So it just takes getting up on them, staying on them, tracking them, studying them, learning how they motivate to get up on them, to get them. This terrain's thick. The thing about this terrain is these deer, man, don't never stay in one place long. But number one, this bottom floods out. Every rain we get, this bottom's gonna flood out. And when it does, it shoves the deer up to higher grounds. The water recedes, the deer come back in, all of that good stuff. So
that is my biggest buck to this date, killed in the Sabine River bottom, man. And I want to thank my good buddy, man, for letting me hunt on his property. Hey, if it wouldn't be for friends like that, man, I don't know. You know, that's what it takes to make this world go round. And I'm sure I'll be back after another Muy Grande giant. Now, I promise you that, buddy. I love hunting monsters. I got a crazy addiction about hunting monsters, and that's what I like to do.
Now just wait, Roger. Let's end the show with this. Let's just redo it. You need to say, I love to take my Yankee buddy Blaine out to hunt monsters. That's what I love to do.
That's what I like to do.
Let's change it to that. That would be a much better ending. That's what I'm thinking for the future. You can just point and I'll walk around, and because I can't track like that, but I'll be happy to join you and be the shooter. Just saying.
If you're interested in joining the Guerrilla Squad, please email info@guerrillasquadtv.com or visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/Guerrilla Squad TV.